Alright. It is time to continue this once again. Hey, my escape button is working properly now, so that's cool. Alright. I'm gonna switch to gameplay for the first time, and I'm gonna do it without forgetting for the first time in like a while. Alright, so today we start chapter 3, and it looks like that will be the end of this as well. When we get to the end of this, we will then move on to the journals, which is great. I've been thinking of doing the journal for a while, but I've never been able to, because after the story came the production alchemy section by Fontanelle. After that came Daria Metallica. So yeah, okay. Let's play a game of Sigmar's Garden first. Let's play a game of modified Sigmar's Garden. So we need 75 wins to advance the story. I assume a win on this is going to count towards the number of wins here. Like, the number of wins here still follows the number of wins here. So I'll need 75 wins in any variant, I believe. I believe there's another one even after this. Yeah, Discover of Quintessence gives me another Sigmar's Garden variant. Okay. So, let's see. We have those. This is interesting because I'm fairly certain this is hidden behind this, meaning that this needs to be cleared first, and then this needs to be cleared on a different lead. So these two can't match, essentially. Although that's not technically true, I could clear this out, and then this would be free along with this. So, maybe not. Hello. I haven't finished watching last stream. That's how it is. It's fine. You don't have to watch everything. I think I spent like the last half of the stream kind of just bumming around on like 2 separate puzzles, and that was about it. So yeah. This tin is hidden pretty deep inside. This one and this one are fine. This one is interesting because it's being blocked off in these 2 directions, so I have to come from here. And that will require me to remove this first. So this has to be with a different tin before going in here. Okay. Then iron. Iron here is easy. This one will have to come from here. Okay. This one will have to come from here. That shouldn't be difficult. This one has to come from here. Okay. Once I clear this out, this will be gone as well. So the copper here should be free. Both of these should be free. So with this and so with this. So all of these can be cleared out easily as well. Silver is fine, and then gold. Okay. Well, I suppose I can start by trying to locate all of these. Again, I need to clear this out at some point. But I would like to clear this out with this air, because this doesn't really bring me anywhere. So let's start here. This will bring me closer if I match it with this. This will unlock fewer things. So let's clear these out. This will go with this, I guess. Well, maybe this can go with this. Yeah, that will unlock this lead along with this lead. Right? Well, no, if this goes with this, then I can't clear you out, because this all will be hidden behind. So I think I definitely want this and this instead. These two can match. This fire won't bring me anywhere. Although I will say that the tin that's coming up next is quite important. I want to clear you out at some point. Right? Not sure. This is not going to be clearable after before this lead. So I think this salt really does have to go with this earth. And these two. Okay. So where are the tins? They're there. This one, again, difficult. This one, I might have to clear with another salt. Oh, but wait a minute. How would I clear this one? This one I have to clear with you, or with another salt. Which just seems plausible, honestly. So by doing this, I can unlock a bunch of fire. I'll say this is probably more important. So that gets me here. Yeah, I think I have to do this. It has to go with the salt. I guess it can go with this salt, so that I can unlock these. Oh, wait a minute. No, I might have messed up here. No, I don't think I have messed up. Have I? Oh, I've messed up, haven't I? I can't tell. I think I've messed up. So these two probably go together. I'm gonna clear out this fire and also give myself access to salt. But what do I salt? I'm not sure what I salt. Like, I can't even get in here, honestly. Right, because I had to get rid of this tin first. I'm pretty sure I literally said that when I first started the puzzle. Alright. I just want to see the reactions to the story. Oh, okay. Oh my. What? So this is going to be through here, meaning that I have to clear this with another lead first. So this goes with this, and then this with this, I would assume. I have to clear out these two at the same time. Tin... These two are stuck together. This one's behind this. So this is to be cleared with another tin first. Then this with this. Or the other way around. This one. I want to clear out this and this. Okay, reasonable. This one I will need to clear out. How do I get here? I need to clear out all of this. Because I need to clear this. And to clear this, I need to clear like this entire row basically. I need to clear these two. If this one particularly. After that, either this or this. No, specifically this. So I need to clear out these two as well. Okay. Let's just do things, I guess. What's the... We should start working on the top first. Okay. I want to do this. And this gives me air. This one I want to match with you, maybe? Because that gives me air and air. Which gives me fire and fire. This one I think I might want to open up at some point as well. So rather, I think I would need... Huh. This is tough. I need to clear you out, and I can only do that via salt right now. Nothing else can actually get rid of you. So I think this is forced. Just fine. This should be fine? Not sure. But I think I want to do this, then this. I can do this. Yeah, okay. Wait. This one I need to open up. These two don't match. Because this guy will get stuck. Yeah, this one has to go first. So you have to match with... Wait, that means I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead, right? Because I can't clear you. This is the only choice I have, and then that's it. So now I'm forced to clear you. But as you'll see very quickly, this is not going to work. Okay, I mean, let's just do this to prove. Yeah, this is never clearable. Wow, this is a tougher variant than I thought. I solved it so easily the first time. I solved it so easily. Maybe I was like thinking, and now I'm not. What? Okay, lead, tin. I think it makes sense to not think about all of these at once. I understand if only focusing on the lead. So for example, this lead is fine, but these leads can't match with each other. This lead has to go with this one, or this one, and then this one with the other one. So I have to clear out everything outside here first. So it's probably going to be via this, because this tin is going to be in the way. And then that gets me to clear you out at some point. So what would this match with? Not sure, maybe a salt? Because I don't really see any other water that's easily accessible, maybe except through here. Okay, let's do fire here so I can have access to salt. These two can match. I like how this breaks up a game into chunks depending on which metal you're on. It's a different dynamic. Yeah, I probably should have like caught on to that fact instead of thinking about all the metals together, which is how I played the first Sigma's Garden. Because you kind of have to. You have to figure out like the order or the directions that you'll need. I don't know. This is probably better because you have salt. I don't think I can get into water very early on unless I actually use up a salt. So let's use a salt. Here? I think this is fine. Because this water can be cleared like this, I believe. I have a lot of fire, that's honestly also fine. This one is a little less load-bearing, I would say. I'm using the term load-bearing. Okay, let's clear out this salt. We want to clear it out with water. I think this is not a bad idea. I think. I am not entirely sure about that, but we'll play and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so tin. Here are two tins that are locked. Oh, this one's locked behind this one, so I have to clear this one first. Okay. Let's open up in this direction. Okay, this one's fine, I believe. And then that. These four can clear easily. I need to open you up, which shouldn't be difficult. Although I don't want to clear these two together because these do look quite locked up. Which means I want to do this. Okay, we're done with the metals. Neat. Let's just clear these. There you go. Alright. Difficult, wow. Alright, let's actually start the chapter. I think you're back, it looks like. Letter of invitation. The August House Coven. I realized that they use the word August, like, when referring to houses. Like, House Van Tessen is also called the August House. So August isn't really kind of like a special name. August in this case, like, is a description of the house, I guess. I'm not too sure what August means as an adjective. So, who knows? I'll have to go look that up. Anyway, the August House Coven, Directorate of Alchemical Science. Alchemist Severo Das, Head Alchemist Rivari is intrigued by your work and requests you to meet him at House Coven at your earliest convenience. How nice. Hello. Just right timing. Yeah, it was I had one stream that was at like 6 PM my time, and then one stream that was at like 2 AM my time. This one's occurring at 10 PM my time, so yeah, just right. Noble on steroids. I see. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, this is from G Duro, assistant to Varen Rivari. I wonder if this Duro has done anything. Probably is gonna be here somewhere, like his name. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, here we are. My heartfelt greetings to you, Head Alchemist. I am Severo Das at your service. I remember you. Are you talking to Pierre? Pierre Pagano. So you do know Pierre Pagano. Right. How delightful to see you again, Varen Rivari, after all this time. I'd have thought you'd be doing more than production alchemy for a no-name independent researcher by now. Ouch. Then again, our professors always did call attention to your lack of ambition. How amusing to see them proven right. Right indeed. Well, at least they can boast of one success from that class. Now, what's this new alchemy you claim to have discovered? Redundant metallurgy? Reductive metallurgy. You see, there's much more to it than I revealed at the symposium. If you allow me to perform a few demonstrations. Ooh, we are in a new area now. Nice. So, hold on. Oh, so like the background permanently changes. I can't like go back to see the previous ones. Okay, fair enough. Wait, what's your time? Oh, same. Oh, are you also from Singapore? I thought you were... I remember having this conversation with you at one point. I heard... Or not heard, but like... I know you said that we had the same time zone. I just didn't realize we were in the same country. Either that or I'm confusing you for someone, in which case my apologies. Tried to get a journal puzzle in from the name of Diroji, didn't work. Unfortunate. Yeah, I also did hear that there was a whole competition where you could submit puzzles. That was cool. PC, is that Puzzle Club? Nice. Alright, let's do a puzzle. Invariant metal. This is madness. I cannot believe you promised that we could create an entirely new kind of metal. It worked, didn't it? He's provided us with the laboratories so we can prove our claims. It's rather well appointed too, if a bit cramped. Yes, now all we have to do is revolutionize alchemy. Did you have a plan for that? I have an idea at least. It should be possible to make an alloy of copper and iron using one of these new glyphs. How's that a new kind of metal? It's a new way to make it at least. Did you lie because you sensed the presentation going badly? Is that what you thought I did? We've worked together all this time and you still think me a charlatan. Maybe not a charlatan, but certainly far too ambitious. Wow, that like perfectly reflects what Rivari said about Pierre lacking ambition or something like that. Anyway, new metal. What? Wait, what? No? Wait, no, this is the new metal. Oh, it is an alloy. Nice, okay. Because apparently they said something about a new glyph. I don't see anything new. So we have projection, rejection, and division. Division. Okay. So math. Time to do math. What am I planning to do here? Okay, so we need how many of each? We need 4 iron, 3 copper. Oh man. Okay, and gold splits into iron. If I reject gold into copper, that would give me 2 quicksilvers. And 2 quicksilvers on 2 irons would also give me 2 more copper. That would be the 3 coppers I need. So that's 2 gold to make 3 copper, right? Yeah, okay. And then perfectly, 2 more gold will make 4 more iron. Alright. So the math seems to work out. I will need 4 gold to make this thing. So how do I want to split the work? It's probably 1 gold for like 1 sort of type of metal, I would say. Next puzzle will have one. Yeah, I did see from the was it from the Steam trailer? There's one pretty big glyph coming up. Like size-wise, it would be big. I don't actually know what it does though. I remember it has 2 inputs, 1 output, or like the other way around. Okay, so yeah, once again, I'm gonna split the work by simply having 1 gold produce all the iron and then have 1 gold produce all the copper. Which shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. So yeah, this. I'll need a bonder and this will produce everything that we need. Okay, and then you are going to pivot. I'm going to need something else to bring this into here. It shouldn't be difficult if I had a smaller arm to do it. Okay, and then here I will need 4 pivots, 2 more pivots. What am I doing? Okay, so pivot, 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 pivot. I think the small arm has to be a bit later as well, but this should create the Y shape inside. Yes. Okay, and then arm 3, I don't know what arm 3 is gonna do. Arm 3 can't just reset. Or it can. It's gonna mess up the whole thing though. I think arm 3 will reset here. And then another arm is going to do the grabbing and pivoting, and it's gonna take over. So pivot, pivot will be here and here. And then it's going to rotate. So yeah, this should just produce this. And then we're gonna have bonds like this, and then, you know, in one way or another, you're just gonna have the copper come in. The copper is the one that's a little bit more difficult, because the copper I'm gonna need to do that whole whatever I did. Okay, I'm gonna need to go back and reference something that I did before. I think it was the silver dust. How I converted gold into, not silver, but like how I moved from here to here. No, it's not silver dust. Is it tincture? I don't think it was tincture either. But I did use a division, so maybe it was one of these. Wow, if it's this, it's just going to be really hard to read. It's not this. Is it fireworks? It might be fireworks. Yeah, it was fireworks. So how I produced 3 copper from 2 fireworks. It looked like this, which I feel like it's kind of messed up. But this is the exact kind of thing that I'm looking for. Okay. We can probably work with that. Okay. Do you think I can have an arm here? No, I cannot have an arm there. What am I saying? Anyway. Right. So gold, they're just gonna be thrown into 2 different places. One here, one here. So this is gonna produce 2 iron as well as 1 silver. This is gonna be a lot of arms. And there's gonna be 1 more here. And obviously also 1 here. So this is the setup that I remember making. Quite a pain, but it will produce your copper consistently in this location. It's also quite slow if I remember it right. Because we do have things, like we do have arms that need to work multiple times. I'm pretty sure arm 10 is the one that has to work multiple. So arm 10 will have to do this. They do it again, basically. Yeah, and then arm 9. Yeah. So any arm can really start the process. So arm 6, arm 7 will start by grabbing, rotating, returning. Oh. Right, there was a problem with this as well. I forgot how I resolved it, kinda, but not to worry. What arm is this? 6. Yeah, okay, so timing wise, this should be fine. 6 will repeat, and then 8 can also do this process here. Timing wise, we should be okay, and then we just need something to grab this guy and like hoist it away. Like that. What? Oh, is arm 10 too fast? Wow, arm 10 is too fast. Interesting. Sure, and then arm 8 is also not really doing well. That I can kind of fix. Because I put the second iron in a bit fast. I guess I can slow that down by just having arm 6 repeat itself later. Like, you know, any amount later. In fact, does arm 6 even need to repeat itself? We don't. We only need 2 gold. Yeah. What am I doing? Okay. And then the final swing of arm 10 will coincide with the swing of arm 11, and then these two will be brought in here for one final copper. Okay. So at this point, this will probably bond, you know, here. So whatever is produced here, we'll want to have that. Sorry, this would be the shape of it, right? I want to bond here. No, but specifically I want this position, which is where the copper will be, to be like here or here. I guess here's fine. And then there'll be a bonder like here or something, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I guess maybe not. This will have to be on the other side. So here. Here, but we'll put it there so there's a like minimal clash. Right. And then I guess the thing is that arm, because the track loop is now a length of 12, the whole arm 5 needing to be there to take over arm 3 isn't really necessary anymore. We can just have it do this, and then arm 5 can exist here. They kind of rotate it to the end afterwards. Right? Or am I tripping? Arm 3 need to rotate once more. Oh, I messed up. This has to be slightly further in. Yeah. Okay. Arm 12, I need to repeat yourself here and here. Hopefully that should allow arm 5 to get a good grip on you and pivot twice, but I think we might be out of time for that. Definitely out of time for that. Okay. So that means that the entire second half has to be slightly slower. That is arms 6 onwards, I think. Yeah. How much slower? I think 2 cycles slower should do it. 1, 2. Okay, and then yeah, 5 will pivot twice again. Oh, what in the world is this? Okay, let's have arm 3 pivot the other way so that there aren't any obstructions. Just kidding, I guess it's not allowed. That is kind of awkward. It's like it's almost there, but not it. Okay, I might need arm 3 to... Well, actually, no, I don't think this will be a problem. Okay, just watch. Okay, so arm 5, you will need to pivot one more time to make that final bond. I'm pretty sure afterwards, you can just move up a track, and that should allow me to fit the entire product here. Right? Hopefully there won't be any collisions then. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that means that arm 5 doesn't have to be that big, and arm 5 can be hidden somewhere very, very small, I think? Where? Well, here's one of the options. Here would have been an option except for the fact that arm 10 exists. Anywhere else would be nice. Not really, I don't see any other places where you can grab onto this. Alright, let's put you here. That's the solution. Very expensive, but not really a problem. GG's. There's a pretty nice rhythm to it, I would say. Yeah. Is it just slow enough? I think this is about as fast as I can make it on a 12 length tape loop. Well, no, that's probably not true, but still. Anyway, I solved it by yoinking 3 quicksilvers out of a gold, splitting 3 gold, and feeding the quicksilvers into 3 irons, and then bonding the lot. That sounds difficult to like work with everything, but maybe it would have made for like a faster, or I don't know, a nicer looking solution. Who knows? Well, that went about as well as I'd imagined, that is to say, terribly. Not only did he say the process wasn't much of an innovation, he also said it was boring. I should have known a small innovation wouldn't be enough to truly impress him. We have to go further and show him a breakthrough that's impossible to deny. Then he'll have no choice but to acknowledge the achievement. You could have done that right away. Yes, well, I don't want to play my full hand too early. Oh, you have something up your sleeve then? Perhaps. Come here and help me calibrate this. Via Quicksilver. Oh, wait, there was another one in here called via something something. Yeah, via media, whatever that means. Okay. Is this for independent alchemists from obscurity to renown? Yeah, I think so, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, cool. It is nice. The hex arm spinning the metals around is fun to watch. Oh. He used the hex arm, that's cool. Alright, let's do another Sigma's Garden. Hopefully I'll have more luck this time. Okay. Geez, like, lead, this lead is actually hidden behind this lead. So this lead has to match with this one, and then this with this. Okay, reasonable. Would it then make sense to say I start with this and this? Maybe. Or these two can match. And then this can match with this. Who knows? I'm just gonna try it. I need to get rid of the salt eventually anyway, so whatever. If I do need to get rid of this salt eventually, let's just use it on something that I'm unlikely to be able to get into, like this fire, for example. Yeah, okay, then this fire can match with another salt, this salt probably. Hopefully that isn't too much. Water with water. Maybe with this one? I need to clear out this as well. I think this is better. It probably is. So this with this now. Okay. These two can get me this, which can get me this. I would need to get rid of this salt somehow. I'm just figuring out which salt will be the best to use the salt on. I have to get rid of all of this at some point. So I feel like using salt is not the best right now. Salt will have to be used on fire, I'm fairly certain actually. Look at this. The problem is though that this fire blocks this salt. So how am I gonna get into this? Who knows? Probably from here actually. Because I can get rid of these two and then I'll have salt and like, I think fire from here. So yeah, I don't mind that. Okay, let's clear these out. I'll clear you with you and you with you, whatever. Yeah, I need to clear you out. Oh, did I mess up? No, I don't think I messed up. Right? Oh, I messed up. Damn it. Via media means the middle way. The author wanted to attribute it to Severia, but it didn't pan out. What? Like the author, as in the person who made the puzzle, I guess. Interesting. Okay. So this blocks this, it looks like. Yeah, because I need to clear this guy to get to you. And then you have to match with this, is my guess. Or that. I think it's fine either way. You with you is horrible. You with you is probably not a good idea. Although I can clear these guys out, fire, earth. If you went with you, water doesn't match with anything. Although it does after this. Okay, I think this is a better idea. Yeah, this can match with something. Yeah, this can match with something as well. This can match with this. I think that's perfectly fine. I'll get into here. Fire has to exist at some point, which it will now. Earth can match with salt. I think earth matching with salt is a good idea. In fact, salt matching with salt, I think, leads to the exact same conclusion. So I might as well. Where's the last lead? It's here. Okay, I need to get rid of you at some point, which I will. Iron. This iron is difficult to clear. Oh, and I see an issue, which is that to get into here, I need to get through here, right? And to get through here, I'll need to clear this salt. This salt needs to clear with this air then, because that's the only thing salt can match with. So I will need to get rid of you, I guess, along with this. Okay, so these two match. These two have to match, there's no other way to do this, I think. Okay, perfect. Nice. Alright, via Quicksilver. Well then, what's your new idea? I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I've been working on another new glyph. And this one really will upend our entire understanding of the metals. You'll excuse me if I'm not completely convinced. I call it the Glyph of Proliferation. Here. Have I seen this before? Certainly not. I've been working on it in secret. And what does it do exactly? It's better if I demonstrate. You may want to stand back, however, it's still a work in progress. Work in progress. Whoa! The Glyph of Proliferation transmutes an atom of quicksilver into an atom of metal with the same metallicity as an existing atom. By using it with Rivari's wheel, quicksilver can be turned into any of the 6 metals. Oh! Wow, okay. Fancy. And I'm supposed to produce one of these. Very fancy. Okay, well it does seem quite certain I probably want to do this? No. This? No, this. Okay, That's the setup that I'm looking for. So what's going to happen is that we're gonna have an arm that brings this Quicksilver in, an arm that brings this Quicksilver here and does the rotation, and then a third arm to bring something from here to here. And this will basically control what metal. We're gonna start with, I guess, you. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully it doesn't like change. This is gonna be a very, very slow thing because I'm only gonna use one arm to put in, to fit the Quicksilver in. We'll need 6 of these. Okay. So arm 4. I assume you have to start by grabbing here. Let's test. Yeah, I don't think you could have done it faster. Correct, I was right. Okay. And then you will need to pivot, I guess, at the same time as this. Doesn't really matter. You can pivot earlier, I think. Yeah. And the reason why I want to pivot slightly earlier, is this early enough? Actually, it can pivot like really, really early. And then what's gonna happen is you're just gonna like rotate and throw in the cliff, I guess. Oh, look at that. Perfect. It's here to here. Okay. And then arm 1 is going to do its rotation as well. It's gonna do its rotation at some point. Anywhere is fine. Can I V? V is literally the same thing. Doesn't matter. Okay, and then it's going to rotate the INT here. So I think this is the right orientation. Oh, okay. That's not quite right. Arm 3. Oh, wait. This is not gonna work. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to get the arm for this. Hopefully. Not sure this rotation will cause a clash. I think it will. X. Fine. Do that. Arm 3, you just return at this point. Arm 5, you grab, you rotate, you return. I have to. I think. No. Arm 5, you need to rotate only after Arm 4 does its rotation. So here. Right? Yeah. Okay. It's whatever. Slow machine. But I think it's good enough. Okay, GG's. If I'm not mistaken, this means that every metal can now be duplicated using only Quicksilver. Every metal can now be duplicated. I suppose so, yeah. Does this break any alchemical laws? I'm not sure. A rather astonishing result, and one that should easily be enough to impress the head alchemist. Indeed, we're at the very borders of our chemical knowledge. Maybe so, but it would be better to have more undeniable proof before we inform him. I have a feeling you're right. He doesn't seem like one for a discussion of theory. Or chemical science much at all, really. I know the type, sadly. In that case, perhaps we can demonstrate the principle in a grander way, if it continues to work. If? Ex materia. Wow, we're really going like full on with the Latin, Italian. This sounds Latin, but Dere Metallica can actually be translated via Italian as well, I believe. So I'm not sure. Anyway, before that, Sigmar's Garden again. Just I wait and see. I suppose I will wait and see. Okay. Oh, what is this? So, ooh, I have to access these guys through here. So this, then this, and this, and this. this, then this. But these guys can clear each other out. So it doesn't really matter if I clear these guys out with each other first. Once I get in here, I should be able to clear both of these out at the same time. Should. Okay. I want this air to clear out with this air, I think. Which will force me to put this with one of these guys first. But who knows? Alright, let's do this first. I don't mind working in this direction. I kind of have to. These are all locked behind this iron, I think. Even though I'm not sure if that's actually true. If I cleared these out, I should be fine. Because this can match and this can match. I might have made a mistake. These have to match. And now we are going to face problems. Maybe. I think these two should match, and then we can work in this direction. Okay, we are fine. Just barely. Okay, that's gonna clear each other out very well. You guys are fine. In fact, this is okay, I think. Okay. Cool, I almost didn't make it. But I did. Latin, yeah. Soon now, they have no choice but to acknowledge I was right. So I've been meaning to ask. Just what was it that set you on this journey to overturn the alchemical establishment? And why do you hate the metals you work with? Ah, there's no use dredging up the past. Then what were you saying just a moment ago? Nothing, let's focus on the task at hand. After we're done, perhaps I can share the story, but I'll warn you it is not very interesting. Suffice it to say that when I was younger, I followed my heart and I am still suffering the consequences. Interesting. Ah, okay, so just produce every metal with gold. Nice, we have like gold here, which I assume is the Oh, these are empty containers. I always thought these were like just black colored containers, but no, this is probably empty containers. It's pure gold, liquid gold it seems. And it's funneled in, it's converted into everything else. Do I have a wheel? I don't, surprisingly, but I have this and this. Okay, I think I see what they want from me. Do I see what they want from me? Maybe not, I'm not sure. And then yeah, we're gonna fill all of these up using gold. Kind of feels like what's gonna happen is that this gold is only gonna produce like 1/5 the volume of each of these. If I did my math right. Not sure. Ugh, this looks horrible. So it's duplication. Wait, how is this going to work? How is this going to work? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, so create one of each. In-universe infinite metal glitch. Yeah, I realized that. I was thinking about infinite metal. The whole metal division glyph prevented that from happening, if I am correct about that. But this is not going to prevent that from happening, I would guess. Yeah, because it's very, very easy to create more than one gold using gold, right? I just need to pull out several quicksilvers from like the bottom ones and then use them on these. And that should allow me to create multiple golds from one gold. So what do I have to do? I have to first pipe this in here and produce a quicksilver, definitely. Then what? Then I'll have silver and quicksilver, and that will duplicate the silver. Right, okay. So duplicate the silver, push that in. Then I'll bring the silver back. It's gonna turn into copper. Duplicate the copper, push that in. Then bring that back, duplicate the iron, push that in. Then duplicate lead, push that in. Then I guess the lead can just go in. And from that should be good enough to produce every other metal from just a singular gold. Am I tripping? Am I doing this in a less than optimal way? I don't know how many times I need to do this. 5? Maybe. So I'm pretty sure that I've seen this trick before, just a hex arm here that grabs and rotates once and then drops, and wherever the metal is, it would be dropped into the right location at some point. Yeah. Something like that. And then arm 3 is going to grab, rotate, and then release. Later, and it's going to basically repeat that. Okay, and to make things more satisfying, let's reverse the order of metals so everything drops in at once. Oh, okay, and that should be good enough. So after this point, you don't need to rotate, you just need to rotate one more time and then release. Oh man, that's slightly slow. I can fix that by moving the entire setup across by 1 and then having you be an arm like that. So you just let go. Nope. Wait. So I'll produce an extra lead? I don't want to produce an extra lead. I'll produce an extra quicksilver. I feel like I'm tripping. Wait, I'll definitely produce an extra quicksilver of some kind. Is that true that I end up with an extra quicksilver, or did I like not do my math right? Or should I repeat the process anyway? And then, like, this magically... This creates an extra lead output, which I think is fine. It just means that there's gonna have to be an arm here that brings stuff in, I guess. So it's either an extra lead output or an extra quicksilver output. I think this creates a collision of some kind. No, this is too fast. 1, you have to wait until 2 does its thing. Until 3 does its thing? Wait, what? You know what? Let's just have you return. That should be good enough. Yeah, okay. Let's stop these instructions. That's so mean. Also at the same time... Am I doing this wrong? I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Okay, so you grab, you rotate, you return. You will do your job very late. However late. Yeah, a lot later. Is this good enough? Yeah, okay, good enough. I'm taking it. You can just chunk the lead in anyway, the output will accept it. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, you know what would be a nicer solution? For certain, I think I can just have... Do you think I have an arm that settles lead here and here at the same time? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's fast enough. Whatever. I'm taking it. Here it is. Irrefutable evidence that our current understanding of alchemy is incomplete. I have to admit, I'm astonished. This glyph of yours should not exist. I imagine the head alchemist will be most pleased with this development. That reminds me. There will be plenty of work to do after this, disseminating and demonstrating these newfound discoveries, including plenty of production alchemy. If you're asking if I want to join the House Coven with you, I'll have to think about it. Mine is a constant worry, but I value my freedom too. I understand. You can let me know your decision later. For now, let's create something that absolutely cannot be ignored. Ooh. I like how these "did you know you could do this?" puzzles are both production, like Pierre retreats his comfort zone for this bullshit. Wait, what was the other? There was another production puzzle, I forget where it was, but it was this one, no? Yeah. What was this? I forget what this does. Oh, this is I think essentially turning lead into quicksilver. Cool. So this chapter does the other way around. Nice. Okay. Again, let's do another one. Let's do another one of these. I need to remember to do these because like I don't want to hit the 100 game achievement within a reasonable amount of time. These are weird. This one's really weird. This one I have to go through here. Clear this and this and this and this. This one's fine. This one is fine. This one is interesting as well. Ooh, how do I clear this one? This one has to be through here, right? This, then this, and this, and this, then this, and then also like this. Or this. One of these. So this would be the second lead to be cleared, along with this probably. Okay. Knowing that, I'll be fairly comfortable doing this, and then already matching these two. Which should unlock a bunch of stuff. This one I'll match with that to give me a fire to work with. And this I'll match with this, I believe. Not sure. I want to go in this direction at some point, so I should clear these out. I want to go this way, I think. That may not have been a good idea, but who knows. I should, maybe not yet. These can clear, but then the fire needs to clear something. I'll have to clear this at some point anyway. Although I will say I prefer this, and these can clear each other out. Give me access to these. Cool. These can match, giving me access to that. All the iron is free, all the copper is also free. We're done with the metals, surprisingly. Okay, I'll be fine because... yeah. Nice. Alright, experimental catalyst. Severio, I'm noticing something a little off about our results. I did say the glyph was a work in progress. There are bound to be some small flaws. Yes, well, one of the flaws seems to be a bit larger than small. In both our test cases, the resulting products have been heavier than they should have been given the reagents we used. Resulting products have been heavier than they should have been. I don't know what this guy means in this case. Like, each atom is heavier than usual, or it's producing more product than usual. Or than expected. You've been weighing them with that Coven scale? I wouldn't be surprised if it were inaccurate. It could be, or there's something else happening. There will be plenty of time to work out the last little details later once we have our appointments. We have to finish our work soon or the head alchemist will only get angrier. Why is the head alchemist angry? True enough, still, I wonder. Maybe the head alchemist doesn't know what's going on yet, still waiting for results even though these guys haven't shown any. What in the what? Oh, ew. What is this? Oh. Ew. We're doing this already? There's like half the chapter more to go. And we're already doing the big things. It means conservation of masses and mathing. Oh, I thought that was the whole point. Like, is it not the whole point? That the conservation of mass. The whole point was that the glyph isn't supposed to work properly, right? With the conservation of mass. Also, these two are working together. Wouldn't Savario already be aware of this when creating this new glyph? I don't know. Do you think they even had the concept of the conservation of mass at the time? During the alchemical time? Yes, but that's weird, isn't it? Pia thinks that's weird. Fair enough. I think I get what you mean. Okay, so how in the world are we doing this? So Quicksilver. Wait, what? Quicksilver... Right, the proliferation turns Quicksilver into the metal. I already forgot how the machine worked. like 2 puzzles immediately after they started giving it to me. So Quicksilver is duplicated into this. Alright, we'll get the 6 metals fairly easily. The problem is the 6 metals aren't even like connected to the to the middle properly. It's like only the 3 of them. But I do have a plan to unbond these 3 at some point in the future. So we can just sort of make like a somewhat similar looking Rivari's wheel. Okay, so we're just gonna copy the setup again. Three. Let's get rid of the bellows wheel, we won't need it. 2 will be the one doing this. And then 3. We'll grab, rotate, return. Again, very slow because I don't intend to make this quick. We're gonna do this 6 times, right? Meanwhile, so this will be here. Meanwhile, to make things a bit easier for myself, let's use a really long arm there. Okay, and we'll start with lead. Okay, and then the rotation here. I forgot when the rotation would happen, but like it would happen at some point. Is this the right? Yeah, this is the right right chirality. Okay, perfect. And then arm 4 can just rotate and return. Arm 4, it's done with its job. We'll have another arm that does things. I think arm 4 can actually be smaller. But the resulting product is gonna have like a radius of 3 or something like that. So let's not have that happen. So now we're gonna want to start fitting metals or something like that into here. This isn't really that bad. I thought it was gonna be quite bad, but it isn't. And then we're gonna have another arm. I don't know where the arm's gonna be, but it's gonna start grabbing at this point, and then it's gonna start doing things. And we're gonna have another arm that does this. The salt. Oh, the salt! Oh, the salt! Oh, the salt! That's not where I wanted it to be. Yeah, okay, we have a big problem. The salt needs to be like close to this area as well. Ugh, how do I do this? I forgot this was a problem. I mean, it really shouldn't be. But the entire point is that I kind of wanted... Okay, I think I can fix this. Yeah. This should be good enough, maybe. Hopefully. So after you rotate, you'll be here. It can start throwing things in at whatever angle it wants. So here, I would want the bonder to be, I guess here, maybe? So once again, lead's gonna be here. So we'll start with the gold atom, sure. Okay, so we want to start with water first, and then as we rotate, the product will be added in. Okay, so we can do this a few ways. I think maybe the best way is to do it like that. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Okay. So arm 8. So we're basically gonna do the exact same thing with arm 5. Arm 5 is gonna do the exact same thing as arm 4. And then arm 8 and 7, I guess 7 and 8 are going to work alongside that. So arm 8 will rotate at the same time arm 5 rotates. And that means arm 7 will do its job 2 cycles earlier. Okay, let's test if this works. Where's arm 6? Arm 6 is this Van Berlo's wheel. There's a problem. I do see that that's a problem. I guess arm 8 can be slightly slower. Yeah. Why not? So here, we'll start with salt. And then actually, basically, arm 6 can do exactly what arm 1 does. I'm just gonna move over. Is this right? Wait, why is it not right? Oh, this has to be in the other direction. Right? Honestly, I have no idea, but like chirality wise it's not working out. This has to go this way and this way? Wait, I'm confused. So if I pivot to the other direction, for example, after lead comes gold. No, silver first. Oh, that's why that doesn't work. Okay, I mean, that really wouldn't be a problem. 8 can... not 8. Yeah, 8. 5 can do its job, like, at any time in the process, I think. I don't think 5's rotation isn't quite... Never mind! Wait. Okay, this might be a problem then. Right? It's completely wrong in terms of like the rotations or whatever. So does maybe arm 6 has to do a bunch of rotations to fix itself. I can like try and fix the chirality, but I can also just, you know, say screw it and fix the fix arm 6 by just rotating however it needs to rotate. Yeah, so arm 6 will rotate twice, then rotate once back, and it will rotate twice again. So I should give it the salt that it needs. And then it will rotate again to form water. So it will rotate twice again. And then it will rotate once back. And then it will rotate twice. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. No. Okay, we are facing some very obvious issues. I might have to shift this entire thing over by 1. And then have all of these be slightly late. Which should still be fine. Because what arm 5 is going to need to do is it's going to have to rotate and then move along the track. Arm 4, are you serious? Yeah, arm 4, are you serious? So how do we resolve? Wait, how did that not happen before? Oh, okay, no, because okay, I understand. Arm 4 I think grabbed before arm 7. Or arm 4 grabbed within the time frame that arm 7 could grab. Hopefully that shouldn't pose a problem, regardless of when I put. Okay, this is slightly off. I guess what I can do is I can rotate you by 1. That should result in the output also being rotated by 1. Okay, it needs to be 1 in the other direction, sure. Okay, then another arm will do things. It's gonna have to do a bunch of things after that, but really shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Arm 1 will pivot as arm 8 rotates. Oh no, arm 1 will pivot after arm 8 rotates. And then will itself rotate? I think this will clash into arm 8. Just kidding, it won't, which is great. So now what I intend to do is I think I will need another rotation, or at least along a track, maybe. But the reason why is so that arm 5 doesn't clash into it, because I assume that will happen. So now I want to remove all the extra bonds that we had in the middle. And for that, I will need this. Okay, and then we'll start with the removal of the bond between lead. So what's gonna happen is it will remove the bond between lead, it will slide back, it won't break any other bonds. It's gonna rotate twice, or pivot twice, and then go back. And it's gonna basically perform that step 3 times. Well, I just have to, and then after that, you can rotate one more time, and then that's the product. Yeah, that's it. And then that should produce the product with the hydrogen. Hydrogen? The lead. Did I say hydrogen? What? Okay. And then I can, you know, zoom out to make it look, to fit it in the screen. There you go, that's it. Oh, oops. I messed up by doing that, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Weird-ass idea, but could you split the outer boundary of the shape into 3 groups and then combine them at the same time, then combine them together? Honestly, probably yes. However, my guess is that it will actually be quite, I wouldn't say difficult, but it will be quite a messed coordinate in terms of space. And I can show you proof via armor polish. This is almost the same idea. So the plan was to make 3 sets of these and then combine them with a middle Y shape. Right, and that's how this turned out. It's a bunch of arms that like don't quite work together very well. The timings are all not like the same. Each set doesn't work on the same timing. So some of them are slightly faster, some of them are slightly slower. So it turns out to not be a very easy thing to do. Yeah. That I realized a better way to do it would really have been just to have this Y shape made out of only salt or only water, and to create 3 of these and then attach them one by one by like translating them towards the dip here. So anyway, what I'm trying to like say is it's better to work with like water independently and then work with the metals independently, which is what this solution does. The metals are on one side, the water's on the other side. So yeah. Yes, this is what Triumph looks like. So look here, a rather good chunk of the transmutation engine is missing. What? I believe I understand now. Rather than breaking the laws of alchemy, the glyph of proliferation actually siphons metals around it to perform its seemingly impossible trick. That would explain some things, such as why the transmutation engine in your lab imploded. Ah, yes. You could have told me. I didn't know. You really thought you were breaking the laws of alchemy? It's getting late. Let's present this work to the head alchemist. What exactly are you going to tell him? What do you think? Well, clearly, Rivari is not going to say anything about the implosion. Interesting indeed. You'll agree with me, I believe, when I say this is a revolution in the order of quite, I'm thinking. Of course. The work is indeed somewhat consequential. Therefore, I am prepared to offer you a position as an assistant alchemical researcher at the Directorate of Alchemical Sciences. Truly, it would be my... Wait, assistant? I'm happy to remind you we do not normally work with independent alchemists such as yourself at all. I've already been more than generous allowing you in here. But you still need me. Right now, I'm the only one in the world with experience in how to do this. Wants to stop me from going to a different house and teaching them instead. You'll do no such thing. You and your assistant will remain here while you consider my offer. What's this? You're detaining us? You don't seem to understand the power dynamic here, which is unfortunate. I'll return once you decide to see reason. This is my original invention, not yours. Don't I deserve better than the merest scraps? You're just like every other research alchemist, lost in the haze of their own ideas and pointlessly thick-headed. In the meantime, it looks like I have a paper to write. Thank you for your assistance in developing what I will call the Revari process. Ha! What do you mean a paper to write? Come back. Come back here and open this door. Yeah, alright, so, okay. I see why people don't like Revari now. Revari has its own sort of nonsense going on. I always thought young Taras Colvin was the one like calling the shots, but Revari seems to also have some sort of power trip going on. Or maybe not power trip, but more like... how should I say it? I'm not sure how I would say it. Anyway, let's do another Sigmar's Garden. Let's do another. Oh damn, that was not nice. It really wasn't. It really, really wasn't. And to think, Savara Diaz, like I thought Savara Diaz would be one of the meaner characters in the game before we met Revari. Anyway, I have to start with this. I have choices. So lead with lead, clearly. Other lead with other lead, reasonably. So this has to go this way, which I can see. Also, I have access to water, which I can do fairly easily. I do this. I need access to another water, which is also easy. I want to unlock another earth, I guess, which is fine. I probably want to go this way, so I want to clear this out. Okay. Lead. Lead's here. There's a lead here, we need to enter this way. Lead here, we need to enter this way. And the fourth lead is here, which is fine. Okay. So... salt. I want the salt to match with the water, I think. Oh no, the water will match with the water. Can the salt match with the salt? Actually, the air needs to match. Oh, the air needs to match with the air. That is problematic. I don't know why I didn't see that. Okay. I have to find a way in. Right now, I think it's better if I just did this. Okay. Kind of a pain, but everything still seems fine so far. This should give me all the air. I want to clear you out at some point, as well as you. Okay. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Look at that. No issues whatsoever. 3 straight wins in a row. Are these like procedurally generated? Yeah, I think they are. But I was told that everyone has at least one solution to clear everything. So you're never gonna get a setup that is unsolvable. I assume there's some kind of pattern that they start with, but is it reverse engineered after that? Honestly, I have no idea how they make these puzzles. No idea how, but what I assume is they build backwards. I think that's what you are trying to say. They build backwards. They start with... Sorry, they start from the center gold, and then like they put atoms in possible locations. And then there's some sort of backwards solving process. Pattern metal. No accomplishments to his name, so he has to steal them from others. What rubbish. You knew him before, was he always like this? Not as bad as this, something must have happened to him over the decades. I've seen it before, life in a great house can turn one soft. I don't know if soft is the term I'd use. In retrospect, we should have been a little suspicious that Varian was having us work in here. The transmutation engine still works, doesn't it? Looks like it does. This glyph may not break the laws of alchemy, but it does break down nearly any metal in small quantities. If we could somehow apply it on a large scale, we could melt away quite a bit, I'd wager, such as that metal door. Indeed, or this metal support column. One does have to wonder how much load it bears. Indeed, it'll likely result in a rapid discharge of quicksilver again, so take care once you run it. At least this time I'll have some warning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's a bunch of triangles. But the triangles are, firstly, not even like the same set of metals, and secondly, not even the same orientation. But it looks like there are two main triangles. Yeah, there's the quicksilver, copper, tin triangle, and then there's a quicksilver, tin, silver triangle. And since quicksilver can give us any metal we want without any like real long process, it's fine. We can replace this with anything we want, honestly, and the process will still be identical. What do you mean your English is quite bad? No, it's not. That's not it. Your English isn't bad. It's more so just difficult to parse exactly what you mean because words have different meanings. Okay, so let's just copy the exact same setup as we had before. We're gonna start with gold, obviously. And then I'm gonna want to have a very big arm. Grab the gold and move it here. It's gonna do a rotation like that. Hopefully that doesn't clash with anything. But if it does, it really wouldn't matter because I can just kind of reposition everything. Like this to here is also fine, but this is more space saving. Except... maybe not. Maybe not. Ugh. I still need to create the triangle, I guess, which is the difficult part. Especially if I need the quicksilver for the process. So let's say I need a quicksilver for the process. Let's try making the triangle first. It's probably a good idea to make the triangle first. Should I make the 6 triangles, or should I actually not do that? Should I make the wheel first and then add things to it? I think 6 triangles is better. It's more reproducible. Although the difficulty is how I will fit the last triangle in to bond, I guess. That would be fairly difficult, huh? Oops, I'm 3. So this will form the triangle. Can L1 rotate fast enough for this? I don't even know what I'm supposed to produce first. Let's produce this one first. I think right now we are producing... oh, wait a minute. This should be flipped 180 degrees. So we can produce the triangle here. I was like, this isn't really. Damn it. Okay, this is bad. This is horrible. I don't like what I'm being forced to do here because there's a bunch of stuff that's going on. I don't like it. Yeah, we'll just leave a bit of space to have the gold produced. At some point, this will start producing the correct metal. So question is, we're probably going to manufacture the triangles here. So we're gonna start with. Honestly, I have no idea what we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with. Let's start with this one, the smaller one. Start with lead first, and then arm 1 will rotate to copper at some point. Hey, that's one triangle. Wow, look at that. Cool. So the question is, this process can definitely be repeated. The thing is only a lot of process. And in fact, it doesn't even work because sometimes it will produce. Well, it will produce the other one, but I guess it's not a problem. Yeah, so how many total are we gonna have to make? It only makes 6 quicksilvers, right? Oh, this is horrible. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. What can I say? And then some other arm is going to like grab it when it's done, you know, when it's finished. And then it's gonna rotate it. So here, I guess. Yeah, and that will produce the thing. And then arm 1 is going to have to rotate to produce the next triangle, in which case that would be this triangle. I have to create it in the same orientation as this. So with the quicksilver on top, it's gonna have to be silver first. So that would have to be another rotation, followed by 3 rotations. Okay, there you go. Okay. So here is a question. Let's say I had yet another arm that grabbed this. Let's see. Repeat this point. Oh. And did this. Can this swing? No. Unfortunate. Can this swing? Yes. Okay, question. Is this a good... This actually does seem like a pretty good... pretty good orientation. Like, see, this orientation matches this. And then the next orientation matches this if it were rotated 60 degrees. So actually this does look quite nice. As long as it bonds into this gold, which it should. So I'll need a bond here and one here. The gold must be moved from here to here, which really, given the amount of time that we have to do all this, shouldn't be a problem. So I'm 3. Yeah, I know. I'm 3. I'm 3 can start by doing this. This one I have to replace with these instructions, which honestly is fine. And everything should still work out. So you have to start with this, and then you have to rotate at some point. Yeah, and then that. So arm 7 at this point can start bringing that gold in. Okay, actually, arm 8 can actually do its thing quite late. What? Did I mess up? So what happens here? Did I mess up? Yeah. Whatever arm this is moving really slow. Arm 4. Arm 4 can't grab here. Okay, arm 4 is 1 turn slow. Is that gonna be a problem for everything else? If arm 4 is 1 turn slow, the pivot from arm 3 has to be slow as well. Fortunately, we have barely enough time for that. Okay, arm 5 now to do this. And basically arm 5 and arm 8 just need to... arm 5 and arm 6 need to repeat themselves whenever they need to, so... arm 5 will repeat here, arm 6 will repeat here, then arm 5 here, then arm 6 here. And that will put these guys in order. Now arm 8 needs to pivot at the right time. The problem is that the last... Yeah, see, that's a problem that I'm kind of afraid of. If I pivot it the other way around, hopefully the problem doesn't exist. Can I pivot around at this time? Okay. You know, it probably just makes sense to have all these rotations be like earlier to prevent any of those issues. Yeah, okay, and then meanwhile, arm 1 has reached a problem where it needs to repeat these instructions. Okay, so now I'm gonna want to have some bonders here, here, and here, I believe. Just kidding. Here. Okay, so the final one will be. I do not like the fact that this one is the last one. If it were the other way around, that would be quite nice. Now the question is, can I make it the other way around? Can I do that? If I did that, would that result in a mirrored product? I think it might, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, then the rotation directions are to be different as well. So the product, I think, is not mirrored, but the wrong triangle is there. Okay, if the wrong triangle is there, then ARM1 needs to start doing things differently as well. Okay, so ARM1, how do I program you? ARM1, at this point, you will be at the let position. However, because the first triangle is going to have Quicksilver attached to you at this angle, that will require let on top and silver at the bottom, that is in this angle, so like this. So you're going to start with silver first. You started with gold. I'm going to do one rotation this way to get to silver, and to let, you need to do 3 rotations. Okay, your rotation, I guess, needs a bit of time. Okay. And afterwards, I'll need you to produce, let's see. So that's the lead, and then that's the other lead, sure. So this lead will be a regular lead, and then this will be copper. So copper, you have to rotate twice in this direction. Here. Rotate twice in the other direction. Okay, perfect. So then, you'll go back to silver, which is one more rotation. So here. Okay, and then you basically repeat these steps, I believe. Yeah, alright, and that is going to be the set of steps that we need to copy. Here. And here. Okay. So it produces this, which will produce this. Okay. Alright. So ARM8 will finally need to rotate one more time for this final bond. Although, to be fair, I can also make that final bond if, instead of you guys, I replaced you with a bonder like this. And then the bond that's missing will be, I think, here. Yeah. Okay, so that should create the final bond early. Oh, that creates too many bonds. Okay, fine, we'll go back to the previous design. So you need to pivot one more time, then rotate. Correct. Rotate. And then I guess you do this and then return. Yeah, because like even the largest rotation can't get you out of this. Okay. So there, like that. Like that? That's not it. It's there. Okay, but that should be it, right? Yes. Okay. Not the worst. Time-wise, it's slow, but... did I mess up? Oh, what? Why is lead here? I messed up. Probably by not returning you to the correct orientation, which has to be gold. Yeah. There. Okay. I would say this is not the worst. We use a complicated timing crystal. GG's. Oh! What did I... What did I just do? I destroyed the entire machine. I love how we got the Atos may not collide error, like those I don't know, like malware error thingies. That's really funny. Whew, I don't think I've moved that quickly in at least 10 years. Stay alert, it's always possible Quicksilver may come in flying in unusual directions as the reaction proceeds. This is remarkable, the transmutation engine is nearly gone already. Tremendous, this hole in the floor looks like our way out of here. Wait, we might not need to jump. The doors over there are melting too, as is a large portion of the walls next to them. It's not stopping, is it? You did say you wanted the reaction to be self-sustaining. It's working rather better than I would have expected. I understand how fascinating this is to watch, but we may want to make our exit soon. The ceiling looks as though it might come down next, and I cannot imagine Rivari or anyone else happy if it does. Me either. It's not my fault they built the whole place out of metal, though. Whoa, what in the world is this? The transmutation engine has legitimately eaten through everything? Because this was where the engine was before, I think. That's hilarious. Well then. Indeed. You're right. I'm the very picture of health, thank you. Good. The nerve of that man. That odious man. The way he tried to take credit for my discoveries and acted like I should be grateful. People like him lodge themselves in high positions and do nothing, make things worse for the rest of us with their greed and incompetence. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my bones. I'd rather much do alchemy without ambition than have ambition and be utterly unable to do alchemy. I can only hope he feels the curse of his ineptitude every day. For what it's worth, he won't soon forget our parting gift. On that note, perhaps we should lay low for a while. I know someone in the downriver quarters we might petition for help. Would it be Nils? Would it be Nils? That sounds like an excellent idea. However, there is one thing I want to try first. Let's see if we can't speak with that young lady from Halsoria. The one whose name you've forgotten. I'll remember on the way, surely. I can't believe after all this, you still believe in your power to single-handedly change the field of alchemy. On the contrary, I'm even more convinced of it. Ooh, Dairy Metallica. Hey, they said it. They said the thing. Chapter 28. 27. No, 27. The advent of reductive metallurgy. One of the most significant alchemical developments during this period involves Halsoria, who announced a suite of new alchemical processes involving the recovery of quicksilver from higher metals. At the time, the move was met with confusion. Why would the great house famous for its brilliant glass and crystal works debase itself by working with such traditionally overlooked metallic transformations? To understand the answer, it is important to remember that at this time, quicksilver could only be transported in small amounts, as it was so volatile that even small vials of it could combust or otherwise behave unpredictably. Halsoria's insight was that gold, the purest metal, contained quicksilver, or more properly, contained the potential for quicksilver, and that quicksilver could be stored and transported as a component of gold. The reinterpretation of gold as a neutral medium, as opposed to an idealized end state of matter, further changed the alchemical world. Besides the practical effects of this shift, it also dethroned gold from the top of the metallic hierarchy. This began the path that led modern alchemists to conceive of the metals as equal parts of a greater whole, as opposed to the tiered steps sweeping from low to high. Little is known about the pair of alchemists who were able to convince Clara Soria of this profound new world view. We have only the names and a few fragments of their letters. Some historians argue the scarcity of records indicate they may have been independent alchemists, unattached to any great house, who pursued their research in small private laboratories. Whether this is true or not, it is indisputable that they changed the face of alchemical science for generations to come. Any aspiring young metallurgist who today employs a Das bifurcator, or a Pugano tree, honors the legacy of their contributions. Nice, they actually got their names in the history books. What is a Das bifurcator or a Pugano tree? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, that's it. Yay! We finished the last chapter. Nice. What is a Das bifurcator? I really want to know what a Das bifurcator could be. The glyphs are not called that, right? Like the Pugano tree. The Pugano tree could probably be like the math, like the possibility tree of like how a metal can be split into its components, like the lower tier metals and the quicksilvers. I think that's what a Pugani tree would be. And then I'm not sure what the bifurcator would be, but who knows. Alright, cool DLC. It's very nice. Okay, and with that, we've officially completed all the campaigns in the game. It is time to move on to the journal. So yeah, we'll move on to all of this and I work with the regular glyphs and stuff next stream. Just in time for you to leave too, I guess, even though you're probably gone by now. Alright, I'll see you guys all next stream. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.